The San Jose Sharks lose an ugly game, ugly on both sides, really, to the Ottawa Senators in a 7-4 final score. We will talk about that in the week that was in Sharks hockey. This is a Pucknologists Takeover. But of course, the only part of the show, hit us up on all the social media platforms. You can find us on all of them. We are at Tealtown USA or Tealtown USA or however it works on that social media platform. It's usually an ad now, isn't it? I mean, I don't know, man. If you want to help us out here on YouTube, you can do so by liking the video. You can wait and watch first and decide if you like it before you do, just as long as you hit it before you leave. That's fine. If you hate it, I don't know, thumbs down the shit out of it, I guess.
No!
Don't do that. It hurts us.
What are you doing?
Badly. If you want to get your stuff to the front of the line, the super chat is the easiest way to do it. We do try to acknowledge everyone in the chat, whether they be super chats or not. But definitely those who slap their money down to support us, keep us ad free with the super chat, do have their stuff go to the front of the line. So that is one way to interact with us. You can also interact with us again on all social media platforms. And if you're watching this after the fact, you can leave us a comment. I always read comments after all of these Pucknologist shows and respond when appropriate. With that, it is me. It is Puck Guy. It is a Pucknologist takeover of After Dark. And we just watched the game that we will start with is obviously the one we just watched. And that was the San Jose Sharks getting thumped. I don't know if they got thumped. Thumped's really dumb. But they lost. I mean, the score would make you think they got thumped by the Ottawa Senators by a score of 7-4. And I don't think it had to be this way.
No. I mean, it doesn't help that you lose your number 2 center. You're going with the goaltender. NHL experience, and I think great stuff by Mike Greer to get goaltending insurance.
Mm-hmm.
But a guy who hasn't played an NHL game in 2 years, you would think there's going to be a little bit of nerves coming into that. But yeah, I mean, you can say travel, you can say time, you can say they were sloppy. I mean, granted, that first period didn't look too bad, but man, this I felt the frustration from Celebrini when that empty netter came in when he smashed his stick, because it really did feel like if they were on their game, this was one for the taking and would have been huge for them to really put some more pressure on people, on the teams behind them in
Sure.
the wildcard race.
Yeah, I think the frustrating thing here is that obviously Laurent Brossoit came in and he was brought in as an insurance. And the one thing I do want to get out of the way here before we completely undress Laurent Brossoit, like the Senators did on multiple occasions tonight.
I was like, where are you going with that? Whoa!
So before we do it, I do want to say this I don't know so much in his defense, right? I thought that his first couple of starts with the Barracuda when he got traded there were not good as well. It is hard to come up. I think it's hard for a goalie who hasn't played with the team yet to come up and kind of just, especially a team like the Sharks, who were absolutely putrid offensively or defensively. Sorry, offensively they were okay. You know, there's a lot of turnovers where they're not exiting the zone properly. They're turning the puck over, a lot of pucks. Now, again, we're going to get into it, but
yeah,
up until this point, Laurent Brossoit, it's in the ticker somewhere down here. He's been really good with the Barracuda.
Right.
He's been outstanding. And the other thing I will say in his defense is that all the other options that the Sharks could have called up in Askarov's absence are worse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's right on the ticker right now. 11-2-1, a 2.48 goals against average, a 9.15 save percentage, which is really good in the AHL.
Right.
So I think that again, like before we completely rip them apart, I think that needs to be said.
Right. And like I see like Kevin Way mentioning what's Jacob Scarrick up to. You don't want to know the score of the Roadrunners Barracuda game right now.
Yeah, I mean Jacob Skark in his also in his defense has not played a game since Laurent Brossoit has come here. I don't even think he's dressed for a game
Yeesh.
since Laurent Brossoit was acquired by the Sharks.
Because Carrier went has been on the Wichita, train lately, correct?
Yeah. So him and Matt Davis have switched spots. The thing is, you have to remember Matt Davis is on an AHL contract. He cannot get called up to the San Jose Sharks. He is an AHL contract. St. Tago $2 Warsaw. Stop benching Misa. So angry. When did Misa get benched? He was playing. I guess that's my first question to that.
Oh, let me look on that. The time on ice report. And
Um,
see.
Also, Pfeffinen here saying, I'm sorry if I fucked that up. They could have done like Ottawa. They could have played Allmark. Like Ottawa, they played Allmark both games. We could have done that with Nedeljkovic. You could. I wouldn't. Again, as good as Alex Nedeljkovic has been, if you run Alex Nedeljkovic too hard, it's not will the wheels fall off, and the wheels meaning a groin. It's when. And I think given that history where anytime he's been kind of just given the net to time to just go, it's always ended in an injury. And I think that's why the Sharks have been sparing in his use. And I think that's why they didn't that's why they're going to be very hesitant to go to him in a back-to-back situation twice. I think that I don't think they have very many back-to-backs left too. So I think they have one left, and in their remaining games. So I don't think that's going to be a huge issue.
No, but I mean, you're going through a busy schedule, and it's not gonna let up the rest of the way out. I mean, you're looking at this week where you had Buffalo on Tuesday, Boston
Yeah.
Thursday, the back to backs, and then Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And let's not
Yeah.
mention, they're also coming home for 2 games, then going back out on the road to the Central Time Zone.
Yep.
So, I think it was like 8 of the after Ian left. The Sharks decided to say, we're going to go on the road too.
That's true. Yeah. That's how that works. Hilariously, like up here too, right? So I'm glad I'm glad I'm out of vacation because normally this is a game that I'm at. And it is for those who super care about the weather in Sault Ste. Marie, we are in the middle of like a significant blizzard where I probably A wouldn't have made it there, or B would have probably been stuck in Ottawa had I gone. So probably for the best in either way, but also for the best because they lost 7-4. Huh? What's a 3 feet? Yeah, there we go. 3 feet of snow.
3 feet of snow in Ottawa.
Yeah, no, 3 feet is like here. So
Oh,
but I'm sure it's a system that's going to make a mess everywhere.
you know, Ian's lovely wife Jen with the AccuWeather forecast.
With the AccuWeather forecast,
I'm expecting one of the kids to have traffic coming up too.
they will. Yeah, traffic on the nines.
Good stuff.
All right.
Hi, Jen. But yeah, this game, it started out nice. And I was kind of like, okay, Mario, here you go. There's your contract, and then the game tying goal happened.
Don't say that. I mean, no one wants that. I mean, I'm sure people do. I don't want it.
I mean, if you get in a decent deal, I'm fine with it. Are we going to give him term?
Oh man, I don't know.
That's catch. And remember, he's still in his 20s, so
yeah, he's not good.
Have you seen the rest of our defensive core?
No, I'm like that should not that is not a endorsement.
No, of course.
I know. I know he blocks a ton of shots, and I know he hits a lot of people. That's because he doesn't have the puck, and he can't get the puck out of his zone. That's why you block shots, because the puck isn't leaving your zone.
But hey, you know what? I give him credit for trying to get more pucks on net lately.
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, I mean, two goals that were basically the first Sharks two goals. They're the same goal to
mhm.
set play, right? Mukamadulin gives it to Ferraro. Ferraro shoots. First one goes in. Second one, Toffoli gets a tip on it for his 18th. That goes in. In between that, Drake Batherson is credited with a goal
Yeah.
that is considered an own goal for the Sharks.
Oh,
So at that point, it's 2-1, and the Sharks are they come out of the first period. I think they kind of got lucky in the first period though, because like there was signs that this game could go the wrong way. Um, I thought that uh, in the first period, there's a lot of really soft defensive zone coverage. I know the San Jose Sharks had soft defensive zone coverage. Who would have guessed it? But I thought that the Sharks played with fire a little bit, and Ottawa just couldn't get anything going. They do get lucky with the Batherson own goal situation, obviously, where he gets credited with the goal. But like the it just I didn't like, even though the Sharks had come out of the first period with the lead, I didn't love the period they played. Also, a couple of other things before we get super more into this game. Kurashev comes in for Wenberg, who
yeah.
is out of the lineup with an upper body injury, late scratch, game time decision. He is out. That's not good for the Sharks at all.
No. No, that's definitely a concern because no disrespect to Kurashev, but that's not the same player.
No, and like Wenberg, like again, like Wenberg plays some incredibly tough minutes for the
Yeah.
San Jose Sharks. I need my phone to stop buzzing at me because my thing here. Give
I,
me a second here.
I keep looking for quotes, mind you, to see if we have anything coming out of Warsaw or oh shoot, where's my teal curtain? Oh boy. All right, Kathy, know that it's somewhere around here. Don't
It
worry.
is around.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's. I'm looking at last night's game and Wenberg, logging 16:45,
Mhm.
and you're like wondering, okay, who's covering that up? Well, Kurashev played 13 minutes. Misa played 11:58.
Yeah. How
So
many minutes did Mac play? Mac must have played a ton of minutes.
Mac played only 20:40. I mean,
Really?
yeah, I mean it's fairly there, but so I can see where someone, I think it was Kevin, that was saying, well, maybe Misa should play playing more, and Misa got to combine 10 shifts
Mhm.
in the final 40 minutes. Now,
Yeah.
granted, not to jump ahead, tie the game up at 4-4 in the third period, but after that, two more shifts after that, and you know, I think the thing is that if Wenberg's out for a considerable amount of time, Misa's got to be your boy, wouldn't you
Yeah.
say?
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, and then like the second period starts. Warren Fogle kind of uh, gets them tied up again. Colin Graff, this play, Colin Graff's goal, like just so good. And Celebrini gets his 60th assist of the year, which is wild. And then the kind of again, it's the stupidity, right? The stupidity happens. Fabian Zetterlund would score on the power play, uh, and then Tyler Clevin also gets a goal. These goals, both of these goals are
Yeah,
bad. I know one's on the power play. I don't care. These are
still,
bad goals, just
still,
bad goals that gave up. And this was really the start of the undoing.
hmm
Um, but I mean, this is where, if you want to know like where the game kind of shifted, it was here, because up to this point, like the Sharks had been playing decently, again decently for the Sharks. Like there's the defensive zone issues, um, obviously, but these goals are just they're crushing. They're both just absolutely atrocious goals to let in.
yeah. No, the Zetterlund one was like, oh, that one was painful, and then the Clevin one was just
bad. Like it's just
Yeah.
there's you can't it can't go in, right?
Right. You gotta be better than that. And
So it's funny.
first,
They go into the third period.
yeah, I mean,
Uh,
just
the game's and the Sharks are trying to stop the game from slipping away. And then Michael Misa gets his seventh of the season on a great play that seems like a nothing play, but he just takes it to the net and shoots, which is, why you love young players because they don't, sometimes they just go for it. And this was an awesome goal by Michael Misa, who's had just, again, like I think he's had like what, how many points? Like 10 points in his last 8 games or something like that. I think the
something.
stat was.
I'll look it up. But I mean, 9 game point streak. I mean,
Yeah.
he's at 95. I mean, at the rate he's going, he'll hit 100 by the end of this coming week.
Mhm.
It's just ridiculous. And again, I know it's been said throughout the hockey universe. The team gets in, he's over 100 points.
Yeah.
And honestly, East Coasters are starting to realize that, you know, yeah, we got to stay up for hockey because Macklin is must see TV.
He is. Yeah. And then unfortunately, but, Drake Batherson gets this goal. This goal I don't really fault Brissois on. I mean, it just he shoots it. It's going wide. It deflects off Batherson and goes in the net. And it's just like it's one of those games, right? Like where it's like even like given the way that the whole game went, I was like kind of like, yep, this is how the Sharks
Mm-hmm.
lose this game. But then it just continues from there. The Cousins goal bad. Brady Kachuk scores on the empty net, and like the Sharks just can't get back in it. But that Batherson goal is just kind of like the icing on the cake of how, because I don't think defensively this game was good for either team. I don't think the goaltending, like I don't think Linus Allmark was that much better
And
than
he played yesterday
Brisbois.
too.
And he played yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, for that to be the winning goal, it kind of just felt appropriate for this game, which was kind of like again, like the way I said it off the start of the show is it's just an ugly game of hockey.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to like be like this is hockey, you would not show them this game.
No.
Right? Like this is why hockey's great. No, we're not showing you this game because
No,
that's
we'll
just silly.
we'll show them the both of the Montreal Sharks games. That works a little bit better, eh? I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Uh, but yeah, just a rough one all around, and he definitely had changes aplenty. He had Regenda coming in for Chernyshov, Kurashev in for Wenberg, and of course Brossoit is this,
It's so frustrating because like it was like when you looked at the lines going into yesterday's game, we'll get to yesterday's game eventually, but like
mhm.
when you look at the lines, it was like it was so perfect. You switch Goodrow and Regenda, and like it was like just the perfect Sharks lineup for forwards,
Yeah.
and it was fine for 30 seconds. And then it all fell apart, which
And then
which
what
we will
happened?
get to. Yeah, which we'll definitely get to. I mean, anything else on this game? I don't really like. I know there's usually
No,
variations or whatever. I mean,
it's just fug, and it just stinks. And like I mentioned before, it's one of those ones where a good bounce here and there, they win this game. You got
yeah,
some more cushion for your playoff positioning, and instead you're now like, all right, so we're scoreboard watching while doing this show, and
yeah, and you know what? And I think this is the one thing. And I saw Mark tweeted this out, and I'm sure other people have tweeted this out too. After the like immediately after the game, and Mark was like, Marky Mark on
yes,
Twitter, who's one of us, obviously. He said like this is one of those. This is one of the games that if the Sharks miss by a point or two, you will look back on at this game and be like, probably should have took care of business in that one, right?
and that's where a lot of people will, and I get that you want to rest Ned because he's going to be your guy depending on how long.
Right. And again, like I know, and I'm seeing it again in the chat, and maybe people have just joined and like they're like, I'd rather an overworked Nedeljkovic. Sure, an overworked Nedeljkovic, maybe, but the last thing you want, especially right now, is an injured Nedeljkovic. And I
Right.
think that's the problem, right? And it's not like Like, I'm not making this up. Go look back at the history of Alex Nedeljkovic, where teams have relied on him heavily. It's never ended well.
No, and maybe that's why they did what they did.
No, I
And
think I mean, this is exactly why they brought in Brissois. Now, did Brissois have an awful game today? Absolutely. And I can understand if this is the first time you've seen Brissois, you're kind of like, well, why? What about the other goalies on the Barracuda? And I promise you that would have been worse.
right.
Because I don't think I like Gabe Carrier, but I don't think he's an NHL goalie. I don't think Jacob Skarik's an AHL goalie.
Davis though, eventually.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. I haven't seen enough of Matt Davis yet. He's had a really good year in the ECHL so far on a not great Wichita team. Um, he's had a good game on the Barracuda that I've seen. He also had a not great debut on the Barracuda, which we were in attendance for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but he's a young goalie, and that takes time, obviously. We've seen goalies rise up from the ECHL and become NHL starters, but I haven't seen enough of Matt Davis to say that guy's definitely going to be one of them. But I mean, from what he's done so far, I mean, he's been pretty impressive in limited starts so far. So I don't know.
No, totally. But then to throw him into this today, I might have been a nightmare too. So
Yeah,
you can't put it all on Brissois, but
you put a lot of it on this.
well, I mean, what I'm saying is
Yeah.
that if you were to put like Matt Davis or Carey or Skarek in,
Oh, if you put, I think if you put Carrier in net for this game, it's not. They just get killed.
yeah.
We've got Price just sitting there.
Oh, Cash, I know, right?
Ah,
Wouldn't that be something? If it wasn't season
okay.
any LTIR, is like, and look, because Askarov is out for the playoffs, here comes Carey Price.
Is that Carey Price's music? Oh man. All right. So let's go back. Let's get the ugly out of the way,
Yeah,
because
might as
the
well get it
first
over with.
the
Get it over
first
with.
the first game of the week was the Sharks visiting the Buffalo Sabres, the
Yeah.
surging Buffalo Sabres. Oh my goodness. I
Wow.
was looking forward to this game because not for the right reasons, obviously. I was looking forward to
Obviously,
this game because I haven't watched a lot of Buffalo games, because obviously like Buffalo's been such a tire fire for so long now. It's not like I'm going to go watch the Buffalo Sabres.
right?
But then you look at the standings and you see where they are, and you're like, what the fuck is going on in Buffalo? Like, I need to figure this out. I need to see this for myself. And boy, did we ever see it for ourselves.
No shit.
When the Sharks visited, the Sharks would get goals from Celebrini, Sherwood, and Wenberg, who scored on the power play. But they lost this one 6-3, and this was not a good game. The Sabres came out early, and like the Sharks got goals, but they were never ever ever in remote control of this game. They got
No,
dog walked pretty badly by this surging Sabres team, which I mean, you can definitely see, because I'm like, how is this Sabres team suddenly good? And they should be, right? I mean, this team has been asked for so long. They've rebuilt their rebuild 3 times. It feels like
Mhm.
this guy is going to save the franchise. Nope, nope. This guy's going. Oh, it's Jack Eichel. Nope, it's you know what I mean.
right.
And now it's like they've got the defenseman there, and I don't know, man. They should be good, right? But
Absolutely should, but I never seen a GM firing bump like I have in Buffalo. Like, I mean, the guy doesn't even come out of the ice. He's not even the head coach. I mean, and even going back to last summer,
Mhm.
we were having fun with the Sabres because they had this big old thing, this big old door. What could
Yeah,
this be? Opens up. Oh, the naming rights have been extended. Like,
right.
we're getting that excited about naming rights extended. OMG. Yeesh. and yeah, Yarmo Yarmo says
Jarmo
I'll be there.
Kekalainen of all people turns it into a juggernaut with just without doing. I mean, he made some trades. Like they went buying at the trade deadline. They were one
Yeah,
of the few teams to buy, or at least attempt to buy anyway. Not everything obviously worked out for them, but Kekalainen comes in. He's pretty bold going out. Uh, yeah, I mean, it was not. Sorry, this was not a fun game to watch as a Sharks fan, but
mhm,
I mean, it's good, right? Because I always talk about how Buffalo is such a good hockey fan base, like television wise, right? Like
yes,
this is a market that even for a long time was one of the best television markets in hockey.
yeah,
Not only for regional games, but for like other games too. Like it's a region that would watch, significantly more of them watch the Stanley Cup than other television markets
right,
in the US, right? And it's
right.
just like, so I mean, I'm happy that this fan base finally has something, because this team has been in the mud for a long fucking time, and it is one of the best fan bases in hockey.
It absolutely is. I mean, uh, we've talked about how many times Buffalo has been just a, I think it was like Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Um, I'm, but those two usually are ones that always get like, okay, your team's not even in the playoffs, but they're watching playoff hockey. They're
Mhm.
watching, whenever ABC decides to show a hockey game in between the four NBA games they're showing.
Right? Yeah.
I it's like they're watching it, and to see how it just falls apart and everything, and then with the whole Eichel era, and him taking nice little shot on the way out the door, and then when he comes back,
Holy shit.
it just full on shat on
Yeah.
for Buffalo. So it's great to see. One of my good friends, Eric Bottomer, who's a designer for the NHL site on Fanatics. We were going back and forth, and I was like, please be gentle. We're not getting crazy, but I mean, Ian, the whole thing was is that this could have been a big letdown after that crazy game they had against Tampa,
Yeah.
and they just start rolling in it, and it kind of to me gave me the sense of, okay, that's where we want the Sharks to be.
Yes.
Hopefully next year, yes, it's great we're on this great playoff run. Let's keep it going. I would love for it to get in there, but alas, you see how we're not there yet, and that game kind of showed it to me. Now, did that change throughout the week? That's why you stay listening to the show.
Yes. So Askarov was the goalie for that game. He let in 5 goals on 30 shots. Um, Macklin Celebrini scoring, Sherwood getting on the board again. Like these are the lone bright spots in this game. But this game was pretty ugly for the Sharks. And look at, I think that's one of the games coming up this week, if I'm not mistaken, or is it
Buffalo
this week
Thursday.
or
Yeah,
Thursday? Yeah. So
yeah, yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how the Sharks handle business at home. But I mean, it's just like, as much as it sucked to watch this game as a Sharks fan, it's nice to see Buffalo finally relevant again. And Kesher's like, will Buffalo keep this up, or will we be back to normal next season? It's a fantastic question. I look. I think that there's enough there that they should be good, right? Like, I don't know. But
They
it's hard
should.
because here's the thing, though, right? Like, for teams to rise like this, other teams have to fall, and I don't. Next year, next year. I think that division's going to be a little tougher.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. The Florida Panthers, they started this year without Kachuk and Barkov. They still don't have Barkov. That's probably not going to be the case going into next season. And I think we'll see the Panthers bounce back a little bit, and but I mean, you have to take advantage of what you're given, right? And also, you have a Detroit team and a Senators team, like, who are also, like, these teams are now at the point where they should both be at least competitive for the playoffs every year, if not in the playoffs. So can they keep it up next year? I hope so. I really do. I really hope this isn't a flash in the pan for them, because again, I think if there's a city that has suffered enough, where the hockey gods have absolutely beat them down, It's definitely, it's definitely Buffalo. So I hope for their sake that this is not just a flash in the pan run, and this finally the start of something. But
Hockey. I mean, I was gonna say, shoot, their poor football team's gone through a lot of shit too. I mean,
yeah, we're not
back in the
gonna
'90s
yeah,
and recently. I mean, oh my god. So, but yeah, I think it can be hoping for Buffalo. That's all I'm gonna leave it
yes.
at.
All right, so that brings us to the Sharks going to Boston to play the Boston Bruins, a game which they won by a score of 4-2. Michael Misa, Tyler Toffoli, Colin Graff, and William Eklund with a goal of the year candidate. Um, in this one, the Sharks swept the season series with the Bruins. They beat them both times. I thought that Ned start previous to this, I can't remember. It wasn't the Sabres, obviously, because Askarov started that. But I thought it was a good. I can't remember who they played the
Was
last
it
time Ned
St.
played.
Louis or the Islanders that he played? I thought it
Might
was
have
St.
been,
Louis.
yeah, and it was not good.
It was okay.
It was not good. So I thought it was a good bounce back game for him. Askarov, of course, would be hurt during morning skate. That would cause for an e-bug situation, and Brossoit would be called up to take the backup position for the remaining for however long Askarov is out. We don't know anything about Askarov, unfortunately.
Teal curtain.
Teal curtain day to day, so we'll see what happens there. The Bruins put a ton of shots on Alex Nokovic, and he was out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, I mean Ned was had Ned games, and
Yeah,
and Curtis Pashelka definitely kind of deemed him number one goalie, and considering the rough stuff that Askey's been through outside his November to remember,
yes,
I game one. If there is a game one, I mean, I want Ned in. No disrespect to Askey at all, but he's definitely been the guy that I'm kind of relying on.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean, he was outstanding this game. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I guess it was the Blues because it was the last game I was in San Jose for.
Yeah,
I don't think he was great at that game. I don't know why I didn't remember like actually being there in person, but yes, it was definitely the Blues. And
it was
I remember
the
coming to
drama
that
that
game
was
being,
surrounding us. That's why that game.
yeah, I didn't like that game. But
But
yeah, it was that was rough, but this was a much better game. Good bounce back for him. The Eklund goal, we did the after dark for this one, so I don't
still,
want
dude, I'm still watching
to
that goal.
Oh, I know. I don't want to spend a ton of time because I'm just going to repeat everything that we both said on that show.
Yes.
It's on YouTube.
Did,
You can go watch it right now.
did you see Eklund's dad on Instagram trying to recreate it?
No.
Oh my god! So after the show,
Mhm.
go look. And I think Snipe City retweeted it. And
Okay.
dude, kudos to you, buddy, for getting the love and pub. I think what was it? Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick retweeted and gave him kudos for finding that.
That's amazing. I do need to find this. Yes,
It's
I famously spend very little time on social media unless there's a game on. So
no, dude, it was hilarious because he's like, I think there was one tweet that his dad put out. It's like, well, I taught him to fly. Everything else was, all him. So
that's awesome.
But I mean, goal of the year to me, I know I'm duplicating myself, but that might be one of the most incredible goals in Sharks history. It was that good.
It's pretty amazing. It's definitely something that we're gonna see like when we start seeing like the top 10 goals of the season. Like it should be high on that list because
It should be one. I know I'm biased.
I know. I'm trying to think of one that I might consider over it, but I can't right now off the top of my head.
Right.
So. Yeah, so I mean, again, not to spend a ton of time on that, just because again we did the after dark for it. There's not a whole lot more to add at this point. It was a good game for the Sharks, despite being outshot heavily. They were perfect on the penalty kill. Their power play was 50%, and again, like I think they put 4 goals behind a really, in my opinion, is a really good goalie.
Yeah.
Cash is saying, it's a lie, Ian. I sat behind you at the Cuda game and you're on Friendster the whole game. I don't think I brought my phone out the whole Cuda game.
It was MySpace, and I was trying to convince him to get Jules into his top 8.
It's true. Yeah.
Right.
This brings us to yesterday's game. The Sharks beat the Canadians by a similar 4-2 score. They got goals from Macklin Celebrini, Mario Ferraro, Colin Graff, and another goal by Macklin Celebrini. Colin Graff just, he's got to be what? He has like a 40-point season at this point.
I believe he does, if I'm not mistaken. And after the goal from today, I think he's at 19 on the campaign.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible. To there,
MySpace.
Scary to say is there more chemistry with him than with Smitty lately? So
the difference between Colin Graff and Will Smith is, one, Colin Graff is better defensively, and two, Colin Graff will go to the dirty areas a little bit with a little bit more gusto than Will Smith does.
Yeah, and I'm just saying the Colin will do whatever it takes. And I believe on
he's leagues better than Smith defensively, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta change soon.
Yeah, Thomas saying Montreal games was fun. The refs were not fun. So let's talk about that, because that is actually an excellent fucking segue. The one of the dumbest goal reviews in the history of fucking goal reviews. So let me set the stage for you. The Montreal Canadiens are putting pressure on. Now it is a quick whistle, but it is a whistle nonetheless. And then they score a goal on the San Jose Sharks, but the whistle had gone. So now they're going to review. However, when they're going to talk and tell everyone they're going to review, they decide that they have called it a goal on the ice. At no point did they symbol for a goal on the ice. Okay.
Yeah.
At no point do they symbol a goal on the ice. The whistle's blown, yet suddenly now they're calling it a goal on the ice. Okay, fine, whatever. Then they go to review. And then after review, a pretty lengthy review as well, it was determined to be no goal because the whistle had gone. I have so many fucking questions. One, isn't this like the definition of intent to blow the whistle?
We've heard it so many times over the last 15, 20 years with the Sharks, and how like
not even just billion. Take the Sharks just in any game. Like, right. Isn't this the definition of intent to blow the whistle?
Right.
Like, so, but apparently not, because again, they called it a goal on the ice without signaling a goal on the ice. They huddle up and they're like, it's a goal. And then obviously you need significant to overturn it, so I just thought, oh fuck, this is a goal.
Right.
Because if they're going to need significant, and if one of them can't be like, yeah, I blew the whistle before that puck went in, and I need replay to tell me that I did blow the whistle before it went in, like, what is going on? And that's just one. I mean, this is the most egregious officiating fiasco. Like, it's embarrassing.
It's getting to the point of comical, and it's almost like you need the third party to come in and just, with officiating, with player safety, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, how are you even thinking that?
Ultimately, it was the right call. So I do want to give them credit there. They did get the right call, because I was terrified the second they said, we're calling this a goal on the ice. I'm like, oh fuck, this is a goal. Because if me knowing I blew the whistle before the puck went in doesn't signify that that's not a goal. Like if I'm the referee and I don't, if I blow the whistle and the puck goes in after, and to me I'm still like, well, that's a good goal. Like I don't know how you fucking, I don't know what we do at this point.
And that would have been 2-0 Montreal, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that changes the whole game.
Does. Yep.
There's, I mean, after everything that happened with Chernyshov, which we'll get
Yes.
into in a second.
We'll
But
rewind back to that in a minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's just a shoulder slumper right there. You see Chernyshov down, you go down 2-0 on a bullshit call because I'm gonna call it a goal, but I swear I blew the whistle beforehand. But we're gonna
Right. I
call it a
just,
goal.
we'll let it go and then we'll review it. And then, no, actually, I blew the whistle and I don't know how I don't know I blew the whistle. Um, yeah. Yeah. St. Doggo, are the refs so butthurt us for saying ref you suck at the tank that they keep giving us shit for our non-calls? Maybe. And
If
then
if if it's that's the case, then wow, they are softer
and the
than
most
baby poop.
ridiculous part was the refs clearly upset for making the no-goal call. He didn't want to say that at all, almost crying. I mean, again, like, and it was like, I'm just like, I'm watching this, right? And I'm watching obviously the Hockey Night in Canada feed for it.
Right.
And I'm like, and I always like, I've never really ascribed to like, oh, you just can't get calls on you. You always like the non-Canadian team can't get calls on Hockey Night in Canada games, but man, that this is the closest I came to being like, okay,
Where,
maybe we can't get calls.
yeah.
So we can rewind this a little bit
Yeah.
because we did skip over Chernyshov getting killed. We did kind of mention it earlier.
Damn.
Igor Chernyshov comes in the lineup. The lineup is beautiful. It's
Oh,
like I said, you swap Gaudreau for
yeah.
Regenda, and it is like the perfect fucking lineup for what the Sharks have to roll on the ice. Yeah, that lasted 30 seconds. Matheson kills Chernyshov. What looked to me like a forearm shiver. I was really angry when this happened because, like,
Beautiful.
and again, going back to like the Hockey Night in Canada feud, it's like, oh, this is just an unfortunate play. And I'm like, an unfortunate play? Dude fucking forearmed him in the face.
Yeah.
However, you got it? Great. Yeah, like, okay. So, however, um, I have cooled on this now after a while. And the reason for that is that the Sharks didn't really react to it. And now some people are going to say, oh, the Sharks never react to anything. I don't agree. I think this year they've been very good about anytime Mac gets run, Will gets run, Misa gets run.
Look,
Generally speaking, they are there and they are there in numbers to deal with it.
prime example, Sherwood when he took the headshot from McAvoy, which of course
Right. Yeah.
doesn't get anything until McAvoy decides to lose his shit, and then he gets 2 minutes for roughing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see that, so yeah, it's not like Toronto.
Right. So the Sharks have, and then like a lot of the comments after, like especially from Desharnais, because Desharnais is will be the first guy into any scrum if any of these guys gets hit, right? Like
Right.
he's the first guy. If he's on the ice, he is the first guy in there. And he kind of also said it was kind of just an unfortunate play that he didn't think that there was any intent. I think it's so it was a collision with a bad result more than a dirty play that he felt it. So I feel like if the Sharks players aren't angry about this, then probably I shouldn't be either.
Yeah, I concur, and I was hot.
I was super hot during like when it happened. I was pissed.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
like,
was like,
how is this? And especially the hockey. Oh, what an unfortunate! I'm like, yeah, what? Like that guy tweeted out sarcastically, "What an unfortunate forearm shiver."
well, yeah, and considering that it's the third, it was essentially a third head injury or
Yeah,
head shot that
there
the
you go.
Sharks have taken in a week,
Yeah,
and Department of Player Safety is like, oh, let me find Bo Horvat for touching William Eklund's
yeah,
visor.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so the lack of response from the Sharks and just like a lot of the reporting after I have since cooled on it. I think it probably was more an unfortunate collision than any intent by Matheson to hurt Igor Chernyshov. However, the perfect lineup immediately crumbles. The near perfect lineup. Barkley,
Yeah.
Goodrow is still in it. Um, it immediately crumbles.
Damn.
We're not even 30 seconds into the game, and then obviously Wenberg's hurt now too, so that's um, unfortunate. But credit to the Sharks. They stuck in it. The Sharks also had another goal overturned. The Sharks had a goal of their own overturned on an offside review. I don't have an issue with that. I
Yeah,
think
no,
it was the
that
right call.
was fine.
I think that's the right call. The only thing that pisses me off about that is that we need to tweak this rule. Not just because the Sharks got fucked by it, but I just think in general. I think if like this that offside was like how far did they have to run the clock back to go back to the offside?
Right, right,
Right? Like to me, we have to do something where if a guy is offside, like I know it's like the rules are the rules and whatever, but I just feel like if it's offside and 2 minutes has passed, or the or like let's say not a lot of time has passed, but the other team gains control of the puck and then they lose it and then you score and then oh no they entered the zone offside even though like the other team had possession of the puck. Like at this point I feel like we can't go back this long to overturn goals. I think it's the rule, the letter of the rule, sure, but I don't feel like it's in the spirit of the rule. And the one thing that bugs me about it too is like we 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 now do these reviews for like these millimeter measurements when the reason we have to deal with this at all is because Nathan McKinnon, I think it was like a mile offside
right.
and scored a goal, and then we had, and this is the end result where we're now like, how many pixels is he offside by?
Well, what was it? Right away, we saw that in the 2019 playoffs, Game 7.
Mhm.
Sorry, I said, did somebody say? But Landeskog just jumping onto his bench,
Mhm.
wasn't completely off,
Yep.
and I, if you're a Colorado fan, yeah, you have a right to be upset with that. But
Sure.
if it's egregious, yeah, I get that too. The thing is though, what do you how do you do it? Do you have like Toronto like magnify every offside, and then if the Sharks had scored, well, obviously the Sharks scored,
Mhm.
do you like call down and be like, nope, nope, and take away the challenge? I mean, I don't know what the best way.
I think you just John Swenson in the chat saying like there should be a time limit, 2 minutes, 2 minute, 2 minute. I think 2 minutes. I think anything after 2 minutes.
Shit. Yeah.
I think anything after 2 minutes, you can't challenge anymore.
Nope.
Because like it's ref by human. I don't like when we try to take the human element out of it. Like obviously the human element sucks when it goes against you. Don't get me wrong, but like is
It's the
is the
NHL
game
officiating. It sucks.
is the game better when you turn over a goal because it was offside 5 minutes ago or was offside and then the opposing team takes possession of the puck and then turns it over again in their zone and then we go back to the offside? Is it better because we take a goal off the board because we have to zoom it in like super magnify and realize, well, that is a micropixel offline, offside, so we cannot have that goal. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but
I don't know. I just think it's dumb.
it's
And
just, yeah, it's dumb. Should there be some sort of reform? Yeah, absolutely.
will
I
there be?
just,
No.
but the chances of that happening are the chances we're getting 1 through 8 in the playoffs ever again.
I think this season, if it's ever going to happen, it's this season. Although I think, um, I don't remember. I think it was Greg Wyshynski that says that. I think it's Greg Wyshynski that said that the reason that they haven't gone back to 1 through 8 is so that when Gary's done, it's the first thing Bill Daly can do when he takes over as commissioner to give him like an easy win, and that wouldn't surprise me either.
Really?
Yeah, I
We're
don't know.
waiting. So we're basically waiting for someone to resign or croak in order to fix something. Sorry, I'm gonna sound like AJ here. Holy fuck, are you really gonna do that?
I don't know. I think though,
Because I'm
like
sure
this
there.
year.
I'm
I
sure
think
there
this
are fans in
season.
Minnesota and Dallas who say otherwise. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah,
jump in.
no, that's fine. I think if you're ever like, I understand why people have had an issue with this system, right? But this system, it's generally worked for the most part. Like you can argue that like you might get better matchups with 1 through 8, but it's generally worked the way it's supposed to work. But
Right.
now you have the Utah Mammoth, who are the first wild card team. And right now they have 74 points, which is still better than the Oilers. And you've had wild card teams that have been better than the third seed. That's fine. But like if the Utah Mammoth stop running in the mud here a little bit, I think they're 4-4-2 in the last 10. But if they go on a tear and finish with more points than the entire Pacific Division and yet have road playoff games because of it, I think then you're gonna like. I think then the system might get another look because we've never had that.
At the same time, wouldn't you say their route to the Western Conference Final is uber easier than it is if they finished in the top three in the Central? I mean, that just kind of, to me, it kind of just makes the point valid. But I
Yeah,
mean, Utah is probably like, you know what? We're
yeah,
not
because
too
they'd
bad.
cross over to the Pacific Division playoffs. They'd play Vegas the first round. I think they could give Vegas a run. Um,
And then
like
get what,
Vegas,
Anaheim?
Vegas is flawed as fuck. Then you get the winner of Anaheim and Edmonton. Now again, I think the Ducks are super fun. I think actually the Mammoth and Ducks would be a really fun playoff
Oh,
series. I don't know how defensively it'd be. Now the Oilers, that would be interesting because like the Oilers are the Oilers,
right.
and I don't. I if I'm a team in the West, like I don't care how mediocre the Oilers have been this year, I still want nothing to do with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in the playoffs.
Yes, I completely concur.
But
Go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm
Uh,
just saying, like, but if they finish with more points than the entire Pacific Division, I mean, then the system is fundamentally broken, and you have to fix it, in my opinion.
yeah.
I don't care what they do personally. If we went 1 through 8, the Sharks are not even sniffing a playoff spot right now, so that's also something to keep in mind.
So this is what it's like right now: Colorado, San Jose, Dallas, Minnesota, Vegas, Utah, Anaheim, Edmonton. Those are your Western matchups. If it
Mhm.
was 1 through 8, it's Colorado, San Jose. Considering that they'll probably give the division winner the
The
number two
division
seed,
seeds they're going to be your top 2 seeds, absolutely.
Vegas, Edmonton,
Mhm.
uh, Dallas, Utah, Minnesota, Anaheim.
Minnesota Anaheim would be fun.
Minnesota, Anaheim would be really fun. Hell, Vegas, Edmonton might be an interesting one too.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't know. I mean, either way, the Sharks are playing Colorado, and that's just not great for the Sharks. If they make it, that's not a
right,
good time. That'll be a very short, painful series, I think, for the
yeah.
San Jose Sharks.
Uh,
Um,
and another thing, since we're on things that need to be fixed, um, you know, the what is it? The Sharks have 32 wins.
the Sharks also have like games in hand on everyone that they're facing, right? So it's like Saint Taco saying, like, is it crazy to think the Sharks have a chance to finish them? It's not. I mean, really, they have games in hand on everyone. They just need to win them, and but winning consistently has not been the Sharks' MO.
No,
But also, it should be important to state that as much as maybe they're not winning consistently, there's been a lot of like win 2 games, lose 2 games, win two. The bottom has never fallen out on them yet. Like
no,
even before even before the break and a little bit after the break when it looked like oh maybe the bottom's fallen out, but it didn't.
no.
Like the bottom is not falling out on this team this year, and until it does, like I again I stand here and I'm telling you, they are going to make the playoffs. It's going to be ugly when they get there, but they're making it.
And and like I said with you, I think earlier this week, it was either
Yeah.
with you or with Dana. It's like
Mhm.
they get in, and hell, if they even get into a top three Pacific Division spot, dude, as we just mentioned with Utah, if you
Mhm.
are in the Pacific Division part of the bracket,
Yeah.
you got a good chance, considering Ned stays hot and people keep scoring. you got a good shot to get into the third round when you're taking on a beaten, battered Colorado, Dallas, or Minnesota, because
Oh,
those three teams are going to beat the crap out of each other.
yeah.
So,
I don't know, man. Oh, John,
but
asking a good question. Go ahead.
how many starts does Reeves get in the,
Hopefully none. Hopefully zero.
unless teams just start gooning it up?
No one's they're play Colorado. Colorado's gonna get into a goon war with San Jose. They're just gonna fucking blow the doors off of them, get rid of them as quickly as humanly possible. They're not gooning it up with the Sharks.
I'm just, I'm just putting it out there. I mean, and by the way, again, since I'm filling in for HA, so Edmonton, um, how's not trading for Mackenzie Blackwood going for you?
Yeah, I know John was just mentioning this too. Like he's just oh sorry, Steve Dangle podcast. They the night before like Jari's last 10 starts something like an 820 or 830 with 40 goals against in his last 10 games played. One game giving up one or less. Yeah, I mean it's look at the goaltending in Edmonton has been a problem, same as it ever was. I think trading for Tristan Jarry was insane considering you had Stuart Skinner. I mean, the same goalie probably were like you have basically to me they're very much the same goalie, but one has been to a Stanley Cup final and one has never won a playoff series. Which one do you want? Like
Yeah,
I don't know. It seemed like such a dumb move. This is not an Edmonton Oilers podcast, so
no, no, but it's just like, oof,
yeah,
it's
it's
like if he can keep falling apart, that'd be great. I'm just saying.
it's pretty bad, right? Okay, so other than that on this game, obviously, yeah, this game good game for the Sharks. They Alex Nedeljkovic with another outstanding performance. 25 saves on 27 shots for a 926 save percentage. Just good. Good.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic. I mean, it's again, it's this the bottom refuses to fall out. Yes, the game today against Ottawa was ugly, but is that the bottom falling out? No, probably not. Which brings us to our injury updates. Dellandrea is still hurt. I don't know if he's still week to week or not. It's a fucking teal curtain. Who knows? Askarov day to day. Wenberg added to the list now day to day. So we will see what happens there.
So I will keep an eye on things, but there are some quotes coming up. By the
Okay.
way, as it's on the Twitter timeline, uh, as Max put it, former Sharks prospect Ozzy Weisblatt apparently drilled Leon Draisaitl, knocking him out of the game tonight.
Oh no.
Sharks play the Oilers on Tuesday, by the way. And by the way, the Cuda came back and are leading the game against the Roadrunners.
You know what? I am so happy that Ozzy Weisblatt is in the league. Was Ozzy Weisblatt a great first round pick when he was taken? No, I fucking love that player. I don't care.
Yeah, no,
I will go to the grave loving Ozzy Weisblatt. He plays like he's 7 feet taller than he is. He's just an absolute menace. Is he going to be ever a top line player? No, but I think he's going to have a long career in this league as a bottom six player.
oh yeah. From Curtis Bishelka, Warsofsky says Wenberg was hurt last night and that there is no timetable for a return.
Fucking hell.
Which Curtis goes on to say that seems like a pretty big concern, although Wenberg was on the ice near the end of last night's game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but here's the thing with that, right? Like, you could have something that is hurting and then it swells up like a balloon the next day.
right.
So it'll be interesting to see. But like that would be there's a few losses that that I think could potentially sink the Shark season, and I think Alex Wenberg's absolutely one of them. That's a big hole for them to fill. Because
Yeah.
I think again he plays some really tough minutes. He's relied on to do a lot. And like he is the legit number 2 center on this team, and as he should be, in my opinion. So there's that. Obviously, an injury to Macklin Celebrini would be
Catastrophic.
catastrophic for this team, because I think when you look at, like, Macklin Celebrini and all the points that he gets and everything else, like the next closest person in points is Will Smith, and it's a very significant chasm between the two's points. And obviously Nedeljkovic, if they lose Nedeljkovic, they're fucking toast.
Yeah. No, big time. And again, I look at the time on ice for today's game. It's like you look at a Stopchuk, 13:27.
Yeah.
Misa, 11:58. Kurashev, 13 minutes. It's like I
so it's going to be interesting though, because like obviously Kurashev came in for Wenberg. I mean, they do obviously have guys that they can call up too, if they want to like shuffle people up and stuff. I don't think Warsaw's going to give Misa true number second line center minutes, but if you wanted to, they could call it Philip Easted. I think Philip Easted has earned a look on the third line at this point.
Where are they? And this is a great question. Where are they with call up wise? Because I know there are certain limitations.
Well, that's an emergency call up.
That's emergency.
So because it's just an injury issue, so that's an emergency call up.
Okay, I'm just making sure because we had Allen up for a moment, then we brought him down to bring back Letty, and then Chernyshev, and this. I just worry that it's just gonna be holy crap in the long run.
Yeah, it's a huge loss. I can't even begin to emphasize how big of a loss this is for the Sharks. And they do have bodies that can go up, and they could move people up. Like I do think that Philip Easted's earned a look on the third line. Should the Sharks go that route? Do they? Probably not. But he's a guy who I think, based on his play on the Barracuda, has definitely earned a look.
Yeah.
We'll get to the Barracuda in a minute.
And you kind of wonder if that's where Dellandrea would come in if and when he's healthy. If Wenberg's out for,
I don't know how. I do not know the Ty Dellandrea injury situation. I have not seen an update on it. However, before we get to stock up, stock down, the Sharks did sign Ty Dellandrea to a new 3-year deal, 2-year deal,
2-year deal,
2-year deal, $3.25 million in total value, which has an AAV of $1.625 million AAV. I don't love it. I think Ty Dellandrea had a good start to the season, but then quickly turned back into Ty Dellandrea again, and I don't love this deal. Now, the only real issue I have with this deal is obviously it's going to probably block somebody.
Yep.
From taking a spot.
Yep.
Money wise, term wise, it's not a great deal. Like it's not a bad deal. Sorry. Money wise, term wise, 2 years. It's an insignificant amount of money. I don't have any like super issues with it. I just hope that there's not a player on the Barracuda banging down the door that's going to be blocked by Ty Dellandrea.
Right. And that was my biggest point is like, okay, so this gives more time for Beastet to get some more Barracuda minutes, more time for Musty, Haltonen, Lund. I know Jules is very big on Cam Lund, saying that.
Yeah, I mean, his season's over, so we'll see what happens next year.
Or for that matter, even Ethan Cardwell. That also depends on where they're at, because to me right now it looks like, oh, you're a little trade piece.
I don't know, man. Like Ethan Cardwell, I do love, but I do wonder if I like Ethan Cardwell a lot as a player. But I don't know how enamored the Sharks are with Ethan Cardwell at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but to me that signing does signify that no, you guys aren't really ready for that just yet. And that has a little dangle of concern.
Yeah, and you're saying Regenda as well. Yeah, but we don't know if Regenda's going to be back yet. He will be an unrestricted free agent this summer.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he's back. All right, let's get stock up, stock down, and then we'll get to the other news and notes that we have to talk about before we go to the Barracuda, and then get the fuck out of here. Yeah, yeah. All right. Stock up. Who's your stock up? I'll let you go first.
Okay, I got three, and we're probably going to take the same ones, so forgive me.
Mhm.
Do we just put Celebrini on a different echelon?
Celebrini you know what?
Stock through the roof?
Right. He's always stock up. Celebrini is stock up unless said otherwise.
Right. I mean,
Like unless he does something incredibly crazy and has the week from hell that puts him in stock down somehow. Like he's just. Do we
but
really need to stay Celebrini every week?
no, I know. 9 game point streak. Kudos to him for that.
Good, yeah.
7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. I would love for him to hit 100 on Saturday when I'm at the game. But dude, 3 games this week. Colin Graff, 3 goals,
Yeah.
2 assists. Again, I think he's working out better for Celebrini than anybody else, and of course William Eklund, because I will not stop talking about that freaking goal to
That goal.
anybody and everybody.
Yes. This molasses stock down Celebrini. He kicks boxes of kittens and puppies on the daily. I mean, if that comes out, then he'd absolutely be stock down. No, look for me, stock up. It's Colin Graff. It's Michael Misa.
Yeah,
Those
Misa
are the
too.
two big ones to me. Misa's on, like, he's had a really good just stretch of games. Just again, I think he has like 8 points in his last 10 games or something crazy, or 10 points in his last 8 games. I forget the stat, but he has been noticeable in every game. And I wish the coaching staff they've taken the handcuffs off him a little bit. Obviously, he's an every net guy now. He's your third line center. I do wish that they would put him in more minutes.
Thank you.
But he's been really, really good. Colin Graff, obviously, Colin Graff just scoring a bunch of goals, 40 points on the season, which is really, really good. I maybe even more. I haven't looked at the assists from today. He might have more points, but
He is, I believe. I think he did hit the 40-point mark with the goal
yeah,
today. Yeah, he did. So he's at the 40-point mark.
yeah, which
Uh,
is really for a second year guy or whatever. The good third year guy, second full season, really, right?
right. And you're starting to
Does
grow.
everything.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 6 players that have 40 points
Yeah.
or more, of course. So
Who are those 6 players? Just
Graf, Eklund, Wenberg, Toffoli, Smith, and Macklin. And I
I'm kind of surprised Eklund's on that list. I'm not gonna lie.
Kiefer Sherwood's 20, because 3 of them, with the exception of the 3 he scored with the Sharks, 17 were in Vancouver. But you also look at Macklin, 35. Will Smith, the next one, he'll hit 20. Toffoli, who we were all concerned about, and now has been on a decent run. He's gotten goals in back-to-back games, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
He's at 18. He's 2 away from 20. Graff's next goal will be 20. So you have the chance to at least have 4 20-goal scorers, which is nice considering Macklin is the man.
Yes.
So
Yeah, but you need that supporting cast, right?
yeah,
And you need that supporting cast. You need other guys that can put up goals. Like obviously Macklin Celebrini is going to be the big point driver on this team going forward, but you need other guys that can put the puck in the net, because when the playoffs happen and it gets harder to score, and the special defense gets, everyone starts focusing on Celebrini to shut him down. Like you need to know that other guys can put the puck in the net.
bingo, absolutely.
Kevin saying Chariots of Fire plays when to fully skates. Yeah, he's not getting in quicker in his old age.
You didn't see me play last week.
Oh man. What else we got here? Stock down. I mean, fuck.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Okay, yeah. Let's hear it.
I'll go with Will Smith. I know the goaltending, we can talk about it, about everybody but freaking Nedeljkovic, but Will Smith, 1 assist on this road trip, and shot wise, I believe. Let me get my stats up here. For a guy that's supposed to be a big goal scorer, only 6 shots on goal in 4 games on this road trip. Um, you know, and for a guy who supposedly doesn't go into corners, gets dirty or anything.
That's the problem, right? If you're a guy like Will Smith, who I love, like I do love Will Smith.
Yeah,
I want to get that out of the way here, but um, when you're not scoring, all your other issues, all your subtractions start to become more obvious. And the negatives with Will Smith are that, yeah, he's not going to engage. Sometimes he tries to cheat for offense, and when you're not scoring, like those things are going to become super prevalent.
right. And his last goal was Montreal nearly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Um, you know, you got to be better than that, bud. Especially if you want to have Mike Rear talk to you July 1st about a payday,
Oh, he's going to get paid.
he'll get paid. But if he goes off, he might get paid more. But
Yeah.
you can't have
He's
these.
probably getting I don't know. I'm really curious what Will Smith's next contract's going to look like. It does, because I mean he's got to get more than Eklund, right?
You would have to think so. But at the same time, I could see Greer being like, "Well, you're a scorer. You're not doing anything else really, unless you want to step up your game."
Important.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I want to de-emphasize how important goal scoring is. Goal scoring is the hardest thing to do in the NHL.
true. And for the last 6 games, he's got donuts.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to be hard, right? And I think, you know what, if there's a player, it's funny that you mentioned that, because if there is a player who I really want to see, like obviously the Sharks being in the playoffs would be great,
Right.
being a Sharks fan, right? But I think if there's a player who I need to be in the playoffs to get that experience, it's Will Smith.
I completely agree.
I need Will Smith to go into the playoffs and see the intensity of playoff hockey, and then and hopefully determine, like, holy shit, I have to pick this up, right? Because
Right.
that's what separates good players from great players, is when they go into the playoffs and they get into the war, and then they realize that what works for them in the regular season won't work for them in the playoffs, and then they either adjust their game and become a great player, or they don't and they become a good player. And that, for me, is why I need the Sharks to make the playoffs, for a player like Will Smith to see what it's going to take to be a great player in this league instead of just a good one.
Isn't it funny that Will Mack practically are doing the same thing their landlords have done? Jumbo was, getting all the points. Granted, Max doing a lot more shooting than Jumbo
Yeah,
ever did.
yeah. I
But
think, yeah.
but Will's kind of been on the schneid a little bit, and yes, he got injured and
Goal scoring
everything.
is streaky too.
But
Like I do want to
yeah,
say, like, goal scoring is streaky by nature.
no, absolutely. But 2 goals in 11 games is gonna be tough, and he's been put on the bench,
Mhm.
multiple times, and it's just like and to go back to your point, I would love for it to just like there's like that extra playoff click like Patty had,
Yeah,
when he got into playoffs regularly. I would love to see that.
because I look at I think there's an excellent player in Will Smith. Like, again, I think the
Absolutely.
world of Will Smith. I don't want people to think like I'm trying to run him out of town. I just think that he needs that experience to I think he just needs that playoff experience for that flip to switch, hopefully. Yes, John, I'm getting there. Let's get this out of
Finally
the
got to
way.
do that.
I was going to bring this up. This was on my list of things we were going to talk about. So let's get started. John, with the $5 super chat, congrats to Team Canada for a silver medal in sledge hockey finals today at the Paralympics. Yeah, so the Team USA is the first country to win gold in the men's, women's, and Paralympic tournament in the same year. Obviously, in the same year, because that's how it works. But yeah, I mean, congratulations to the U.S. Sledge hockey team who beat Canada 6-2.
And freaking Declan Farmer on the U.S. Paralympics team, 25 points.
Yeah, crazy.
That is just insane. I mean,
I need to
uh,
watch some sledge hockey. I've never watched sledge hockey. I need to. I need to.
it's
I need to see what's going on.
I definitely got full kudos to them for doing what they do. It's just freaking fantastic to I mean, basically like two mini sticks with like a
Yeah, with
little
the
ice
little like.
pick on,
Yeah,
just going
cool.
to town.
I
And
that's right. I've seen it. I've seen it played like I've seen it played locally, but I've never really watched the Paralympics. But
yeah, no, I thought it was great, and I'm glad that they put it on down here in the States on NBC. Amazing how we can do an 8 a.m. face off for 8 a.m.
the
Pacific time for
Paralympics.
the Paralympic gold medal game, but we sure as shit can't do 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
digress.
I mean, so yeah, obviously, that's a big. I mean, again, it's never been done before. So credits Team USA for having a very good run at the Olympics and Paralympics. Good stuff. Unless you're Canada, then it's not good stuff.
Oy.
Um, what else happened this week? There's the Gudas suspension on Matthews. Gudas takes out Auston Matthews with a knee on knee. He gets 5 games. Apparently, people are really angry about this. I'm just like 5 games. Yeah, that sounds right. Like because with the NHL now,
No. Mm-mm. 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 Ian, tell me, how many suspensions has Gudas had in his career?
probably a lot. Is he considered a repeat offender
I
though
mean,
under the current legislation?
I
I
mean,
don't
he's been
know.
suspended 5 times.
Okay, but is he a repeat offender? Like, has he
What?
offended in
No,
enough time to be a repeat offender?
refresh me on what calls
I
for,
need to.
because I'm sorry, five
I,
times.
I look at Radko Gudas is not a clean player. I get that.
No, just ask either a USA hockey or a Canadian hockey fan if they got a C on their chest. They're hurting right now because of Radko Gudas. I'll shout out sweet Annie Od, diehard Ducks fan, love her to death, and I need to dress
With
better.
so if they've been suspended a second time within an 18-month rolling period.
Okay, so let's look at Radko Gudas suspension history. If it's 18 months, over his 14, let's see. So, yeah. Okay, so sure. Okay. 7 years ago was his last suspension.
Well, then he's not a repeat offender.
Oh, well, great. Let's see, 2015, 3 game suspension for illegal check to head of Ottawa's Mika Zibanejad. 2016, 6 game suspension for a high late hit on Austin Czarnik from Boston in a preseason game. The next year, 10 game suspension for slashing Matthew Perreault in the neck while he was down on the ice. Then 2019, oh, nice, good for him. He took a year off. 2019, 2 game suspension for high sticking Nikita Kucherov, Tampa Bay. Okay, so because he held it out for 7 years, he's fine. Get the fuck out of here. I'm seriously. Brendan Shanahan's not doing anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Shanahan's not doing any fucking thing right now. Get him back in. And I hate to go to Shanny
Yeah.
because but he was willing to throw the book at these guys, like he did with Rafi Torres. And good so. I'm like totally fine with what they did with Rafi. I get
Mhm.
that. But considering he's gotten a legal check to the head, a high late hit, and now he takes out Auston Matthews, where he's got a season ending and an MCL tear, and
Yeah.
you're only giving him 5.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean it was an ugly play, but like I wasn't surprised. But here's the problem, right? It's very easy for us to just throw it at player safety. But you know who the problem
sure.
is? You know who the real problem is in this?
Hmm.
It's the players. It is the players and the PA. They're the reason. Hear me out on this. The
Sure.
PA is the reason that we don't have stiffer suspensions because this is collectively bargained, and the PA don't want harder penalties because they don't want it to be them that's suspended for a hard game. So
Oh
the problem with the
no.
PA, no, but that's important, right? Because all
Right.
of the players care about revenue. We're not talking about fucking tax havens if players don't care about fucking what they're getting paid, and they don't get paid when they're suspended. All that money goes to the player assistance fund. The players are just as much to blame for the lapse of player discipline because they don't want it, because it might be them.
It's kettle pot pot kettle, because if the league can do their job and get them to throw down suspensions where it's like, yeah, maybe this time you'll freaking learn by it, then the
Yeah.
PA is going to be like, well, no, we don't want him to be suspended
Now,
like that,
but
But
that's the problem. And whenever there's a big suspension, what does the PA immediately do? They
appeal.
appeal to an arbitrator. And then the arbitrator comes back and says, you know what? It's too much. The system is broken because that's what the players
Mhm.
want. I have no sympathy for, like, look at, do I think it's ridiculous that it was a phone hearing, not an in person hearing,
Yeah.
so that he got the absolute max he could get at 5 games? Yeah, it's completely stupid. It's completely ridiculous. The NHL is a gong show when it comes to this shit. They don't protect players from head contact. They let shit like this happen where it ends one of your best players in one of your biggest market season. Now, look at the Leafs are fucking done anyway. And
Sure.
if this is not Auston Matthews, it's not even a big talking point. But because it's going to be magnified like everything else by the big media market in Toronto. Again, the same reason why we're talking about tax havens is because Toronto's crying about it, and they're owned by the media. They're owned
Mhm.
by Rogers. They're owned by TSN, and obviously they're going to come out and talk based about like, oh well, this isn't fair. The tax situation isn't fair. Why isn't it fair? Because it's not fair to them because they own the fucking team,
Right.
and that's
They
why
won't
it's such
mention
a
it
big
till now.
fucking talking point. It's the players' fucking fault. If the players wanted better protection, it's in their power to get it, but they don't want it. So I have no sympathy for them.
And it's to that point, and I hate to be this bad about it, but it's going to take someone dying. It's
Yeah,
going
and
to take
even then,
someone, and if even that, then they need to have their heads put on straight, because that's just ridiculous. I mean,
no one's died from a knee
I
contusion,
mean,
unfortunately.
I mean, let's, very hypothetical.
Yeah,
Let's say Matheson, it was an elbow to the head of Igor Chernyshov last night, and that's the third shot to the head by a shark in a week. And what did we get for a total of anything out of them between Celebrini, Sherwood, and Matheson? Like
yeah. The Sherwood one was especially egregious, in my opinion.
right, especially coming from a guy who's taken shots to the face.
Yeah,
My God, freaking McAvoy looks like Logan Couture getting all those shots to the teeth this
yeah.
season,
I
and
just
then he
think
delivers that stupid monstrosity. Get the fuck out of
yeah.
here with
No,
that.
I agree. I mean, again, like I said, it's stupid, it's broken, but it's broken because you get what you fucking bargain for. And that's what they bargained for. It's stupid. It's the greatest sport in the world in the dumbest fucking league.
Yeah, and the dumbest fucking PA. I completely agree with you on that.
It's
That's
broken because the players want it broken. That is the reality of it until until they get together and say, no, look at, we need it's going to come down to the players because again, this is what you collectively bargain for.
yeah.
And the PA, like I said, every time that there's a suspension, everyone goes, yeah, that's the right suspension. The first thing the PA does is they appeal it, and they appeal it all the way to an arbitrator, and the arbitrator somehow always fucking sides with the players. It's broken because the players want it to be broken. I have no sympathy.
I will say I'm glad it's not like how it was 25 years ago. Where do you remember the Owen Nolan Jason Marshall incident?
Mhm.
Where Owen takes a cross check into the boards, he somehow is fine. The referees in that game only give Marshall a 5-minute major. They don't give a game misconduct. So what happens? Owen's got to police it. He sucker punches Marshall. He's taken off a stretcher. He gets dragged through the mud because it's a not original six, not original Canadian team
Mhm.
for like a week or so. And then Colin Campbell's like, oh, you know what would be great for my Hall of Fame resume? We'll suspend him 11 games. and then we'll do nothing about it. And then just completely destroys the chances of the Sharks winning the division. And then I don't even think they got home ice that year.
You get what you bargained for.
And then, not the least of which, which teams did Peros play for? Because that's in the head too, which sucks. It
Yeah,
sucks that that's the case, but
they need
it's
to get
starting
in my
more
in my opinion, they need to get players out of player safety.
yeah.
That's the other thing they need to do. They need to get players. They need to bring in. So I know, and some people are going to get to be happy because it's going to be something that's going to get suspended. They're going to like, oh, a real hockey person wouldn't have called that. That's the. But again, it goes back to you get what you bargain for. It should be an independent body. It shouldn't be former players who have this romantic fucking view of like, yeah, you've got to fucking go and elbow a guy in the head in that situation because that's the game and that's the code. Until that thinking's out of the game,
Mhm.
it's never going to change.
Right. You look at Peros, most known as an Anaheim Duck. Ryan Getzlaff, known as an Anaheim Duck. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't care
it's just
about that.
it, but it just it sucks
Yeah,
that there's even that remote thinking
yeah,
out there, and that's the absolute shittiest.
yeah, yeah. Like I just think again, like especially in that situation, because it does lead to like, oh well, this team, it used to be a rival of his team, and now that team seems to get hammered in player safety. Like you open yourself up to those kind of accusations when you do it the way you do it. But again, ultimately, it comes down to the players, man, and players are stupid.
And they come back and be like, well, the league can't police it, so we have to. And then
Right,
it's just
and it's a vicious circle.
right.
All right, now that's enough of that.
And now we can relax,
No,
take
we
it
can't.
easy. Oh crap! Why?
Here we go. Oh, the San Jose Barracuda. Where did things go so wrong? The San Jose Barracuda. Look at
East.
they were coming off a pretty good week. Obviously, this is a team that is just has been really good on a really good run. Um, but it's kind of all fallen apart here against Tucson a little bit. Now again, I know that we were just hitting him like we were just dragging him around the show a little bit earlier. Has been really, really good for the Barracuda, and I think his absence has been felt a little bit this weekend. Let's take a look at their record here because I don't think I have updated it properly. The San Jose Barracuda are 16, 35, and 17 in two. Sorry, 16, 35, 17, and 2 because overtime losses is a stat in the good old AHL.
Yeah. Sorry.
They started the week really well. It was Wednesday night. You know what that means? The San Diego Gulls.
Yeah. San Diego Wednesdays.
San Diego Wednesdays. Another big game for the Barracuda. They won this one by a score of 4-1. They had a good game. Laurent Brossoit made 33 saves on 34 shots and had 971 save percentage. Barracuda 5-2 against San Diego. They've won 4 in a row versus them. And then after this game, Nolan Allen was called up, but then returned to the CUDA without getting into an NHL game. Not sure if that was an emergency call up or not. So I don't know where the Sharks are currently sitting as far as their 4 call ups.
Let's hope it was. Please.
We'll see. But yeah, big game. Scoring again, scoring by on the Barracuda this year has been very much a by committee thing. Anthony Vincent getting his 8th, Oliver Wallstrom his 22nd, Huntington his 13th, shorthanded, and Philip Beested would add an empty netter, I believe, to make that his 16th goal of the season. Cagnoni up to 27 assists on the year in this game. Also, Beested also has just an insane amount of assists too. He had his 28th in this game, which has only grown since then. Yeah, a really good game. Pretty textbook win by the Barracuda, who have been really good this year. I don't think we've talked enough about how good the Barracuda have been.
No, they've been on a good run lately, and again, it's the whole team coming together,
Yeah,
and you love to see, you know, Anthony Vincent, also known as a strong fighter and good shit disturber,
yeah,
but everybody doing those little things around has been incredible for the CUDA, and way to keep them in the top portion of the Pacific. Because yes, while 7 teams make it, uh, I just don't want us to just fall apart again, because I thought we were on a roll last year, and then
Injuries.
injuries
Injuries
injuries.
piled up. That was the story last year. They were on a roll and then injuries piled up. So that is not good. The good news would end with that game, though. Last night they lost a 6-4 decision. They traveled to Tucson to play the Roadrunners. They lose that game 6-4. They put a lot of shots on goal, but just the Roadrunners got an early lead. The Barracuda took the lead to finish the second, and then Andre Agozzino said, "Hey guys, remember me?"
Ugh,
And
yeah.
took over the game. He scored the game tying and then game winning goal. Daniel Boo added the empty netter to seal the victory for the Roadrunners. Gabe Carrier, not he faced a ton of shots. Gabe Carrier faced 38 shots. And made saves on 33 of them for an 868 save percentage. Again, this game was really silly as far as the amount of shots that the Barracuda allowed. And Gabe Carey, I don't want to beat up on Gabe Carey because the 38 shots is a lot of fucking shots on goal.
Right.
But after Bressois has just been better
Yeah.
than Gabe Carey has been this season, right? Like he came in and he really solidified the net, and like since coming in, and Gabe Carey, I like Gabe Carey. I'm really fascinated to see what the Barracuda are going to do in goal next year. Because I thought that Christian Kirsch might be coming, but then because after he decommitted from his school, but now he's recommitted to an NCAA program, as is Joshua Ravensbergen. So I'm curious to see what the Barracuda are going to do in net next year. I'm assuming Gabe Carrier comes back, maybe with Matt Davis. I think Bressois is probably a one and done thing this year, because I think Bressois, again, this game outstanding. I think that a lot of teams will be looking for a guy who can come in. And again, like Bressois wasn't good tonight, but neither was the play in front of him, to be, if we're being completely honest. And I think that NHL teams are still going to value a guy like Bressois who is capable of quality NHL starts. I think, again, this game was not a good game. And if this is the first time you've seen Bressois, then you're probably like, what the hell is Ian talking about? But I do think that there is better hockey in that goalie, in my opinion.
Yeah. And getting up to speed on what's happening tonight, because they are playing right now. The
Correct.
CUDA were up 4-2. It's now 5-4 Tucson midway through the third.
Yeah.
5 goals on 20 shots.
Jacob Skarek playing in his first game in, I don't even remember, like pretty much since Bressois was acquired. I don't remember the last time I've seen Jacob Skarek play for the Barracuda. Barracuda getting goals tonight from Jimmy Huntington, Brendan Hoffman, Lucas Van Roboys gets his first of the season. That's always nice to see.
Yes.
Quentin Musty adding his 15th marker of the season. But again, it's been all Tucson, it looks like, in the third period. I have not been paying attention. I'm going to watch it after the show.
It was 2-1 Tucson after 20. Then the CUDA had 3 goals in a row,
Yep.
and then Tucson came right back with 3 goals of their own, and just 3 goals in a half a period just is so painful to
Yeah, and it's another game, right, where it's like, again, like it's definitely a goaltending situation, because the Tucson Roadrunners have only put 20 shots on goal to the Barracuda's 38. Who's in net for Tucson, though? It's Matt Villalta, right? It has to be Villalta. Yeah, it's absolutely fucking Matt Villalta, who was just, for whatever reason, Matt Villalta always seems to have the Barracuda's number. So he has made a ton of saves for the Roadrunners.
Gotcha.
It's funny that I knew who was in net before I even fucking scrolled to the bottom to find out.
Oh, come on.
Like,
Oh, come
Matty
on.
V.
Oh,
It's Matty V, of course it is.
What is with Utah's organization and goaltenders that start with V?
I don't know. I don't know. So I mean, but I mean, other than that, like, look, it's not obviously not a great week for the Barracuda. I think that um, Tucson is in eighth place in the division right now, so this is probably not a team that should be giving the Barracuda as much fits as it is. But they always seem to give them fits. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's either a split or it's bad, especially when Vololts is in net. I feel like that always spells doom for the Barracuda. And look, it's not like they may be an eighth in the division, but I mean they're an above 500 team, so it's not like they're not horrid. They're not the Wranglers or the Canucks, right? Like who are, in my opinion, abjectly terrible teams. Tucson, like the whole Pacific Division, is pretty much playing 500 hockey, except for Calgary and then Abbotsford, who is horrendous,
Yeah.
absolutely horrendous.
The Canucks are just an organizational nightmare
Yeah.
right now. Yeesh. Um,
Oh, we need more California talk. Okay, okay. I can do that. We did it on last year, but I can do it now, and then we'll get into the week that's coming up, and then we will end the show.
okay.
I mean, what do you want to know, people?
Yeah.
It was really good. I mean, it was such a good time. Obviously, thanks to Eric, who made sure that we pretty much got anywhere we needed to go during the week, which was greatly appreciated. And Jules, who helped us on the day that Eric couldn't.
Sorry, but
That's fine.
thank you, Jules.
Yeah. But I just want to make sure that you got thank you. I mean, it was really good. It was busy. It was super busy. There wasn't a lot of downtime, which is the way I like it. But it's definitely one of those things where you come back from vacation and like, oh, that like you're tired a little bit, and it's like I just was on vacation for a week, but I'm super dragging ass at work this week. It was really good. Let's see, where could we start? I mean, obviously it started with a doubleheader, Sharks beating the Winnipeg Jets, and then the Barracuda game after that. Who'd they play? Tucson?
Yeah. Crap,
I can't even remember who they played.
it's been so long.
I know,
That's how long Ian
that's
was
how
in
long.
town
I think it
for.
was Tucson. Yeah, I think it was Tucson.
I'm looking up on my Memento app. If you haven't,
Okay, yeah, let's find out.
no, I know there are no free ads, but if you ever want like something to replace your tickets, your ticket stubs, this is a fun app to do. Also reminds you where you've been.
Yes, which I apparently need. I think it was Tucson.
It was, yes, it was Tucson because Wednesday, of course, was
San Diego Gulls.
yeah, of course.
Yeah. So,
That day was his debut.
yes, the first day. So the first day we get in, just a little bit of downtime, obviously, trying to get adjusted to the time zone. So the first full day we're there, we do the Sharks game. They beat the Jets in overtime. They lose to Tucson in Matt Davis's debut. After that, we're at Sharks Ice. We're just kind of hanging out, and we notice it's public skates. So we're like, fuck it, let's skate. Because my thought was like, if I get myself like super tired, like I will just sleep and not wake up super early, because obviously the time shift, right, is pretty significant. No, that didn't happen. I was still up at like super early that morning, the next morning. But it was awesome. Like, because skating at Sharks Ice was really, really cool. Me, you, Jules, Lacey, um that was super fun. And then the next day we did what? Oh my god, I can't remember it.
So what? Monday you were up in San Francisco with
Right,
Jules.
Monday we did this. The Jules' parents took us on a tour of San Francisco, so we went into like Chinatown and then down to the wharf, and like this cool arcade museum where they have like a bunch of old arcade machines and stuff. And I beat Jules at bubble hockey, and then she completely fucking waxed me at air hockey. So that was fun. It was super fun though. It was super nice going on there and kind of just getting in the experience. In San Francisco. Tuesday would have been Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that
And
was
in the Winchester Mystery House as well.
and the Winchester Mystery House. Great. So we did the Mystery House. Our tour guide was absolutely
Oh,
fantastic. Fantastic. It was really cool, but like the tour guide like totally made it. Do you remember her name? I can't remember her name. But I feel
Aaron,
like
I believe it
it was
was.
Erin, I believe. She was super. She was so good.
Freaking
Like
fantastic.
way like improved the experience. Like it would have been a cool experience regardless. And then but she made it like super awesome. Then we went to the Montreal game. That is the game where Brody took us for a tour of the arena.
Yep.
So I get to, oh, and that was also where the bet finally got paid back. I wore the Team USA jersey for the tour.
Poor thing.
Yeah, Macklin celebrating. He's like, I don't like this guy. Will Smith thought I was the GOAT. It's great. During the tour, so we went up to like the press box and like down in like the club level and everything. But during the tour, we went through the like underneath, and we went
Mhm.
walked right through all the guys like doing their pregame soccer thing, which was really cool. And like in that moment, like, and I wish, like, obviously you want to take pictures, you want to do whatever, but they're preparing for a game, so you play it cool. But in my mind, like I am 12 in that moment, right?
We all are.
Yeah, like we're just 12 in that fucking moment. It was like one of the coolest things ever. And so I mean, obviously super thanks to Brody for that. And AJ is the one that kind of got the ball
Yeah.
rolling. That's obviously thanks to AJ as well. Um yeah, it was really cool, right? Like just doing that. Also like seeing some Canadian players also getting ready for the game. We saw Dobish kind of running around the arena a little bit, trying
Hmm.
to get himself ready for the game. Just cool kind of going through it and seeing all that, and just, getting a tour of the SAP Center and seeing things that like the average fan wouldn't see. So I think that was incredibly cool. Wednesday was the Barracuda.
Yes.
Did you do anything else Wednesday?
Well, Wednesday, it was unsure if you guys were going to go to Santa Cruz or not.
Right.
So it was like a last minute. Okay, let's just try to do something chill. And
Yeah.
shout out to your wife for
Mhm.
finding something I didn't know exists. Um,
Oh, yeah, it's when we went to the Japanese, tranquility garden thingy. Japanese friendship garden, tranquility, I don't know. It was really cool, though. Yeah.
Japanese friendship gardens.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
So that
little.
was really cool, and it was like, respect the tranquility of the park and everything, and we saw a Canadian goose, which was the most tranquil Canadian goose ever. He didn't like, normally, like, when you go near a Canadian goose, especially up here, like, they hiss at you, they get big and they pretend they're mean. And this one just was like, no, I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah.
Um and Yeah, I don't know. So it's cool, right?
Mhm.
It was cool. It was a really nice park. Got to kill some time there, and then we obviously went to the Barracuda game. They beat the Gulls. That was also fun. Uh, After that game, we were gonna talk to Nolenberger, but that was a TV game. That was on TV. So unfortunately, Nick couldn't get down to say hello, but I did. But we did talk to a couple of players who were coming out. I got a picture, like I said, with I got a picture with Quentin Musty. I talked to Jack Thompson before he was traded the next morning. um,
And been on a tear with Abbotsford.
and yeah, and then also we talked to Lucas Van Royboys, which was really nice.
Yep.
So that was cool. So that was really cool to talk to some of the players, get a couple pictures with a couple players. That was really fun. Uh, Thursday we went to Alcatraz
Hmm.
and then to Pacifica. So Alcatraz was really cool. I mentioned this on the After Dark, but like they have like this audio thing where you just kind of play the clip. And Sorry, what?
It was a really cool audio clip, audio track.
Yeah,
And the interesting one is I didn't. They had to change it when the last time I'd been there, but it was interesting to hear it from prisoners who have been there.
yeah, prisoners and prison guards and like stuff. And like I think this is the way that all tours of like historical places should be done,
Yeah.
because you get to do it at your own pace. You hear, you get the cool experience of just listening to it and kind of taking in the history of the island. And But you do it at your own pace, and it's so much better, because like, tour guides can be hit or miss. Like the Winchester Mystery House was cool, but like the tour guide made it really cool. But if you had like a not great tour guide, then it's okay, right? And I know
Right.
um I think I said it's BS because it's not the original furniture, but they did mention that in the tour that the furniture was um it was accurate to the time period, but not accurate to the house itself. Because obviously it all got auctioned off upon her death. But
Right.
yeah, I don't. I'd say I think it's something that more places should do because it allows you to go at your own pace and like you're not at the mercy of do you get a good tool guide or a bad tool guide, right? Like, so I think that was really cool. We really enjoyed that. And then we went from there. We went to Pacifica. We went to the Taco Bell Cantina. We put our feet in the ocean. It was really cold. The wind
I,
was brutal. I think it wouldn't have been so terrible.
yeah, if the wind wasn't bad, that would have been
It would
oh,
have been cool. It would have been much better. But yeah, I got out and I couldn't feel my feet. It was pretty terrible. It was fun. I mean, it was terrible because my feet hurt, but it was cool because I love the ocean. And then Friday, St. Louis,
yep.
and
That
then
that
everything
game.
fell apart.
Yeah. I mean, we were on the verge of
Ev-
Jonathan Becker probably
like
coming up to
kidnapping
Guinea
me.
like, we're going to let you stay in George Gunn's apartment as long as you keep this winning streak going. But then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like and Ruben saying like the entire view of Pacifica by Taco Bell is some of the best. Like it's just I got some just great pictures, and I don't take great pictures, but I got some really great pictures of the ocean there and stuff, and just like
And the footsteps on the Golden Gate Bridge too.
yeah, oh yeah, and right under the Golden Bridge, yeah, that was a thing we did. Yeah, like I'm trying to make sure we don't forget anything, but like, and then yeah, and then there's the game, and instead of kidnapping me, they threw me out of town. They drove me to the airport and said, "Get the fuck out of here." That's what happened. No, it didn't happen that way.
I was like, I drove you. I don't remember saying.
They're like, "Sharks lost. Get out of here. Leave. Leave now."
I, but yes, I
And
hope.
then the next day, Saturday was our last day. We went to San Francisco to be closer to the airport, so we could shuttle to the airport because our flight left really early the next morning. And then that day, me and Jen took an Uber down to the wharf again, and we went to the aquarium, and then just hung out at the waterfront until late at night. I guess there was a Chinese New Year parade though, so it took us like an hour to leave San Francisco. It took us like an hour to get from like it took us an hour to get from the wharf to I want to say like Oracle Park.
Oh, jeez.
It was really bad. It took us forever to get back to our
Yeah.
hotel.
I
But it
mean,
was it was really cool. Like there was really there was nothing. I don't think there was really anything we didn't get to do that we wanted to do. We kind of set out to do a lot of stuff and we did all of it. So I think that was really cool. Obviously the games were being in the tank was such an amazing thing for me, like something you dream of, getting to do the chomp and not have people look at you funny and like just like all these things that you like that I've dreamed about since like I was a child, right? Like I want to
right.
go to the arena, I want to go to the tank, I want to do the chomp, I want to do all the dumb sharks things in the crowd, right? I want to yell "You suck" before the anthem,
Right.
and I got to do all those things. Man, it was awesome.
I mean, the two big things. Well, three. There were three big things that Ian said to me, before he came out. He's like, one, I want to do the chomp.
Yes.
I got to do the chomp at the Shark Tank. Two, uh, I think one of the things was Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Three, see a Sharks win because
Yes.
the amount of times you've been to Ottawa.
Yeah, my record is now 4-2 seeing the Sharks live. Sorry, 2-4. They have won twice and lost four times in the times that I have seen them live. One of those being the Blues, and they never win in Ottawa.
Yeah. So that was great. But I will say, if there's anything that made Ian shine brighter than a goal light going off, was on the way down after I picked him and his wife up. He said, "I'm hungry," and my
Yes.
lovely girlfriend's like, "Oh, In and Out." I You would
Yes.
think the Sharks just won back-to-back Stanley Cups. It was
Yeah.
incredible.
Oh man, fuck, that was the best in and out I've ever had because at that point it had been, I don't know how many hours it had been. Like I had like a granola bar thingy on the plane, but
Oh
I hadn't
God.
really eaten anything on the plane, so I was starving at that point. Yeah, it was the best In and Out I've ever
Yeah.
had. It was good. Yeah, I mean, it was such a good trip. And again, thanks to everyone for who came and took the time to come and say hi. Whether it be at the games, we met a gentleman at Truck Size. I'm terrible with names, so I'm not going to try and remember everyone's name and leave someone out because I don't want to do that. But like, there's a gentleman who said hi to us before we went skating, and like, just like random encounters like that. And then obviously the people who took the time to say hello at both the Barracuda and the Sharks games, and um, it was awesome to meet so many people, and everyone was so kind. I can't express how kind like everyone was. It was really cool, people coming up and like saying how much they enjoy the pod and everything. And that, that's why we do it. Like there's no we collect money to do this, but the money goes to overhead. It doesn't, like, this has never been about the money. If this was about the money, we would cram 100 million ads into this and fucking go for broke.
I'd have a new computer with better internet. Come on now.
Yeah. So so it just, for people to hear from people, like, people compliment on Twitter and stuff, and I appreciate that too, obviously, but to have like people come up and like to see genuinely how much they enjoy the pod and how much they appreciate what we do, that really charges the battery a little bit. And it was
Absolutely.
nice to get that experience in person, because
Yeah.
as long as, because it's as good as that trip was, like, there's, it's like the next question is like, when are you coming back? Not for a while, because the trip was expensive, and it took a while to obviously save up and everything. So I mean, it's
And
something that I would love to come back at some point, but this will not be like a yearly occurrence.
not the least of which, if you take a look, I'm sorry, I'm
Oh
zooming
yeah, it's
in.
fine.
If you're taking a look at Ian's background, if you've been a long time viewer of the show, you knew he only had like a couple of jerseys in the background. No, no, this man got 5 jerseys. I don't know
Yeah,
how. I think he pulled like the Joey from Friends, where he had to wear like all 5 of them
all
to
five
make
of them
sure
at the
this
airport.
luggage didn't get charged.
No, you know what? I purposely, I knew. Look, I knew stuff was going to happen. I also should mention, like, Skylar gave me a bunch of stuff. Like, people gave me a bunch of stuff. And again, I don't want to forget that. Eternally grateful. I did the rant. I did the rant about the teal jersey that I really really wanted.
Yes.
Um, yeah, my dread. No, sadly no, because the pro shop doesn't have any fucking jerseys.
He's not
um,
letting that go until he gets a teal premium jersey, guys.
I'm really upset. I did get this white Macklin. I really wanted it to be teal, but I'm fine with the Macklin here. This one I already had. Obviously, we got the retro 2.0, not the reverse retro, sorry, the retro whatever heritage
The
2.0,
Heritage 2.0,
and
yeah.
then the current run of Barracuda jerseys behind me as well. Yeah, it was cool. Again, great experience. I got this hat. I got another Sharks hat. I definitely got stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like I said, and then Skylar gave me a bunch of stuff, and so did other people, and that was really cool. Yeah, it was a really good time. Like, I had a blast. It was really cool. Finally, I mean, obviously, like, me and Eric talk nearly every day, but it was cool to do it in person.
Yes. And he wasn't annoyed in person. So I'm like, whew, all right. Thank goodness for that. But
Yeah, yeah, it was great. I mean, again, it was an excellent time. Um, but unfortunately, all good things, and
yeah.
we've been back it for a week, and now I'm stuck in a blizzard, and it's pretty terrible.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's like in as you call it, freedom units. It's going to
Yeah.
be like 90, 95 degrees out here. Like Ian brought the drought to
Oh,
us.
that was the other thing. The weather could not have been better. Like, Eric's like, oh, there's gonna be fog and everything. There's no fog. It was great. The whole time we were there, it was like
Oh,
20, as in, it was the best. And then I come home and it was kind of warm here, but then now it's gone back to winter very quickly, unfortunately.
yeah. But I'm really glad you had a great time. You
Yes,
know,
I'm a big fan of this black jersey. I love this Barracuda jersey. I
yeah.
think this is the best Barracuda jersey they've ever had.
And if I'm not mistaken, some of the people in the CUDA group chat that I have, um, are saying that the gray one is gone, and then they will introduce a new white one next season. So
That's what I'm hearing, which is fine. I mean, it sucks. I like it, but that's the nature of the beast. Now we change our jersey every 3 years, which is super frustrating. But I get why
yeah.
people continue buying them. So whatever. But I do think that black guy is the best Barracuda
Yeah.
jersey they've ever had, and I do like the gray one. I like the steel. I even like the I didn't think much of their teal Barracuda jersey before. I thought it looked like a practice jersey, but in person, I think it's really sharp, and it won me over.
Mm-hmm. No, totally. I really like that one, but it definitely uh, I could see why it's called a practice jersey, but at the same time, I
It looks
glad.
like it looks like a practice because of the circle logo or whatever, right? But it's really cool. It's a nice. It's a really it's nice. I'm happy. I'm like I said, it couldn't have gone better. Pretty much came home with everything that I wanted, minus a teal fucking jersey, but I can't even order that here. So I'm less bitter about that now, and I don't want to redo that rant. So
It,
we are pushing at the 2 hour
yeah,
mark here, so we need to wrap this up.
we'll wrap this up. I'll mention that the Cuda have lost 5-4 uh, to the Roadrunners. They had a power play late in the third, but could not get it done. So uh,
Uh,
I think their next game is what, Wednesday.
Yeah, so let's do the Barracuda first. They Wednesday, surprisingly, not the San Diego Gulls. I don't know
There are
if
other
that's
teams.
there are other teams that they can play
What?
on on Wednesday.
Who
Apparently,
wrote
they
this
will
for
play
us?
the Coachella Valley Firebirds. They're fifth in the Pacific right now. The Abbotsford Canucks will be their opponent next weekend. Abbotsford is absolutely putrid. That should be if the Barracuda need obviously are going to need to get back on track after these two losses to the Tucson Roadrunners. And this week is an excellent opportunity for them to get back on track. Coachella generally plays them hard, but Abbotsford is abjectly terrible, and they should handle handle the Abbey Canucks. That will be the return of won't be the return because they are in Abbotsford, but we that's when they will see Jack Thompson. So that is the interesting thing going there. For the Sharks, these stats were accurate as of yesterday. I forgot to update them today. The Edmonton Oilers will wrap up their road trip. The Sharks wrap up their road trip in Edmonton. Sorry. Before today's action, they were 32, 26, and 9. They are third in the Pacific. They are 4, 5, and 1 in their last 10, losing their last game in overtime. So
And
they've
they're winning 2-0 right now over Nashville late in the second.
but they've lost Leon Draisaitl, so that'll be an interesting storyline to follow going into that game. Then the Sharks will return home. They will face the surging red hot Buffalo Sabres. They are 40, 20, and 6 as of yesterday. They are first in the Atlantic. They have an 8-2-0 record, although they have lost their last game. However, they are 8-2-0 in the last 10. So the Sharks probably want to put up a better performance against Buffalo than they did in Buffalo, because that was putrid. And then they will finish their week against the Flyers. The Flyers are 31, 13, and 11. They are fifth in the Metro. They are 6, 1, and 3 in their last 10, and they have won their last game. So that is the schedule to come. Yes, Sharks last saying we were so happy to see Ian on screen for a week, and he's a hugger. I am a hugger. It's true. That
and
is a
and
true story.
and shout out to Kathy. It
Yes.
was a little interesting. Well, a couple of things to shout out. One, Kathy, like I think back
Oh,
in
I rode the
November.
Zamboni at the Barracuda game. I totally forgot about
Yes,
the Zamboni. That was
yes.
cool.
Shout out to Kevin for doing that.
Yeah.
I'll shout out Kathy who was like, since November had been like, okay, are we getting Ian a Sharky Gram? Are we really getting Ian a Sharky Gram?
Yes,
It's
that
like
I see, and this is why I forget things.
so.
So
So
yes,
shout out to
Sharky
her.
visited me. That was super cool. Sharky bit my head. That was also on the list of things that needed to happen. It happened. He bit my head. It was so cool. So thank you to Kathy for that,
and
because
and, and also Kathy was our makeshift camera girl for the two after darks we've never done
yes,
before. which was on the concourse after the game with mobile mics. So,
Yeah,
um,
that was cool. A first for Heeltown, and I was there for both situations. And we had like the first game there. We had like everybody there: Landy, Dana, like pretty much everyone but Mark, right?
Mark, Tyler, and Jerk, I believe,
Jerk, right?
and
Yeah.
because technically you did see Lacey, and he
Mhm.
said that in the cat in the car. He's like, yeah, I was there too. Technically, I'm like, okay, my bad. So
Yes. But yeah, so I mean, that's this week. That is the Pucknologist for this week. Let me bring this home and get us out of here. All right. In case you missed this or want to watch this again, you can find everything we do at tailstown.usa.com. If you like what you've watched today and you want this in a convenient audio format on your phone, good news. We are also a podcast. You can find us anywhere you get your podcast. Just look for Teal Town USA. If you are watching this live and you haven't already and you liked what you saw, please hit the thumbs up. If you are not subscribed and you thought this was cool, you should subscribe. We do this after every game. And then we do this little dog and pony show on Sunday. That is the week in review. And if you want to be super hardcore about this, then you can hit the bell and you can hit the bell and it will notify you whenever we go live. And when do we go live? We go live after every game. We go live every Sunday at 9 o'clock, which is 6 Pacific, unless there's a game like in this situation here. And we also go live whenever news breaks. We'll try and fix it. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in and you want to be there first, hit the bell and you'll be notified whenever we go live. Other than that, we super appreciate you parking 2 hours to hang out with us after a not great game. And we look forward to seeing you on the next game, which is obviously against the who did I say it was against? It was against Edmonton. So
yes,
stay tuned for the next Steeltown After Dark after the next Edmonton game. As for me, I will be back with you on Sunday for next week's Pucknologists, where I believe I'll be joined by AJ again. So that's it, man. Have a good night. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.